Hello. How's it going? My name is Julian Sharon Sewell. I am a sophomore. I'm a business major. Looking forward to starting this class. I'm happy. I got to jump on all of my gen eds. Got everything over with. My roommate John currently isn't in the room right now, but he should be coming back in. If he comes in, don't worry about it. But at least in the University 101 class, I always record all of my videos. I find it very helpful and useful for myself, so this is how I'm choosing to kind of do most of them. The guidelines that I could, so I'm going to stick with it. But yeah, let me jump right in. So, question one, think back to one of the most important lessons you learned while in college to date. What was your major way takeaway from that moment? How has that lesson impacted you? Who you are as a learner today? How has that lesson helped you on your path to achieving your goals? So for me, I found that I have three different kind of lessons I've learned so far. One, think smarter, not harder. Two, choose your battles. And three, if you put your mind to it, it's obtainable. When I think of like think smarter, not harder, there's a lot of times where you have access to a lot of different resources, office hours, um, certain websites that kind of may point you in the right direction, certain calculators. And if you use your resources that you have available to you, you will succeed significantly further. If you don't use your resources and you just think everything is hard, things aren't going to go your way. And it's just going to be that way. And at the same time, with that, you kind of choose your own battles. And, understanding that this one class, like for instance, for me, I was taking BNAD 2 or BNAD 200 at the beginning of the semester. And I walked in there day one. She was like, this class is only for credit. You don't get a grade in the class and when you raise your GPA. And I instantly was like, I'm dropping this class. It's a waste of an hour, maybe 2 hours for me. More probably doing homework too every single week when I could be focusing on other things. If it's not going to raise my GPA, it's only going to give me one credit. I couldn't even pass fail, or it was just a pass fail class. And so for me, I just want to get more points for my GPA as much as possible. And that was about all I chose to drop. And I feel like it put me in the right direction. One thing that I see as a downside to that is during the class, you kind of go over your LR admissions essays. So that's one thing that I'll now be doing on my own when I could have been doing in the class with teachers' help. And then three, if you put your mind to it, it's obtainable. Like you can just talk about a whole bunch of stuff, but as soon as you sit down and you're like, I can really do this, and you work toward your goals, anything is possible. And like that's where I really see the benefit in putting your mind to things. This I think that's really kind of put me on my path. It's realizing like if I know what I want to do, I just gotta figure out what the steps to get there are, and if I work to those steps, I will eventually be there. Number two, how have these classes, how have classes you've taken so far, general education, minor, major, elective, etc., affirmed your interest in the future career path, or how have they left you feeling like you may be going down a different path? How do you know this? So for me, sorry. At least my business major classes, it's kind of really solidified me in understanding that I know I want to be a business major. Um, I've figured out that I do not want to do MIS. That stuff is boring. I figured out that Excel is kind of fun. A lot of people may find it not to be. Accounting, I do not want to be an accounting manager, but accounting is a cool class, and I really enjoy the professor. Um, and I think all of that is like, from the beginning, I wanted to do marketing and sports management. I think it's really pushed me in the direction of knowing that I want to do marketing and sports management. It's really kind of like stuck with my kind of interests, as well as like I'm an intern in name, image, and likeness, which is basically sports management. And that's also like, all right, I really know what path I want to go down. And I think it's really helping me, like I said, set my goals previously. And just me putting my mind toward it is really what's getting me to where I want to be. Number three, at this point, you should have taken most of your general education courses or be enrolled in a few this semester for a total of 5 building connections or exploring perspectives general education courses. Which your general education classes that you've taken so far do you think you've gotten the most out of and why? What was one of your major lessons learned from that class? So for me, I'm an athlete. So the best, absolute best gen ed class that I've taken so far is the nutrition or NSC 170. And it was like, I'm not saying it was real easy class. I'm not saying it because it was a real easy class and it was more of like a whole bunch of work. I did the work, I got the class done, right? But I really found out, like as an athlete, what I need to eat, what fuels my body, like what helps me, what doesn't help me. And like really like my biggest takeaway was like figuring out how food fuels me. I'm a very petite guy. Like I'm gonna be real. Like I'm only like usually 130 pounds, but after taking that class, I was able to gain 10 pounds just by kind of implementing the things we were learning. You know, putting more carbs in, figuring out like before my races, like what I need to do, what I need to do throughout the week, and you know that class was something that was really cool to me, and it wasn't something that like I had a general interest in before. Like I do not want to do STEM, not in the slightest. Definitely not doing STEM, but still gave me the opportunity to kind of like see a different career path that a lot of people are in, and it really did benefit me. And so like I can probably eventually find more classes later. Like the classes I took were honestly a little boring, but like I think later on, if I need to take more classes, I can find more of them that will really suit my interest, just like nutrition did. That will kind of help me in my own life, and teach me a couple things that really can be applicable, just like nutrition was for me. Um, that's the end of my reflection. Thank you. Week 1 out of the books. Have a great night. Whoever's seeing this, you know, thank you so much. Peace.